How do you get inventory for an e-commerce brand? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the difference between the profitability of sourcing with AliExpress, going straight to Alibaba and sending it to a 3PL in the US, and even showing you the profitability and the benefits of stocking it in China and shipping it worldwide with a 3PL based in China. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the difference in the profitability of the three options: AliExpress, a 3PL in the US, and also a 3PL in China, and show you the benefits and the disadvantages of option one, a heavier product, and option two, a lighter product. So let's begin the example. So let's say, for example, you're selling a toy and you're sourcing that toy and you're selling it for $145. Your cost of acquiring a customer is about $80. And these are the dimensions of the product. It's 15 by 10 by 5, and it's about half a kilo. So let's go to the AliExpress example. So let's look at, we sold the item for $145. It costed us $80 to acquire a customer. And then let's say we sold it as a bundle of two. So 42 minus 42, we're left with $20 in the negative $19 in profitability. So obviously this is not a good option. So we're going to mark this red. The next option is, let's say, for example, we went to Alibaba, we sourced the product, and we got the product shipped over to a fulfillment center based in the US so we can ship directly to the customer. So these are the numbers. So the same product that was $42 on AliExpress, I found for $7.50 landed in the US. Now shipping US to US is $10.50. All right. And so here's the numbers. Okay. $145 for the product, which is the same as the last example. $7.50 minus $7.50 again, because we sold it in a bundle, minus $10.50 because we shipped it individually, $10.50 again because we had to ship it individually, minus $80 for our CAC, acquiring a customer, and that leaves us with $30 in profit. $29 in profit, that's a 20% margin. So you can see here, this is actually a more profitable example. You know, you might have gone to AliExpress, tried a product and realized it was a failure and left it, where in reality you could have sourced it, send it to a 3PL in the US, and you have a very profitable business. Okay, let's keep going. So the good things about a US based 3PL is, number one, the timing from a brand to the customer is extremely quick. So it's about 3 to 5 days, which is really, really good. So 3 days to the customer, that's about as good as, not as good as Amazon, but it's close enough that people will still buy, right? The negatives is that you don't have a worldwide business. You can't ship to Denmark and France and Greece and all these different places that are super, super unseen in the e-commerce world. So there's a disadvantage. You can, but it's not going to be profitable. The next big disadvantage for me is that you have to buy in bulk. Now, the time that it's going to take for you to get the product from China all the way through to the US is about 25 all the way through to 50 days. So not only is it going to take you a crap ton amount of time to get the product to the US to be able to actually ship the item off to customers, you're also on top of that going to need to buy 50 days worth of stock to be able to be in stock for the next 3 months before you order more stock. So there's going to be a cash flow issue there. The next disadvantage, compared to being stocked in China, it's going to be less profitable. And I'll show you the numbers now. All right. So let's go to the next example. So you source the product from Alibaba, and then you've sent it to a 3PL based in China. Now, the numbers are as follows. It cost us $4.44 instead of the $7.50. So $4.44. The shipping is $7.71, and the profitability is $40. Let's run through the numbers. So $145 for the sale price, 4.4 times 2 because we sold it in a bundle, then 2 lots of shipping, and then $80 to acquire a customer. Okay, so our business's profitability went to 27% margins. All right, so that's a little bit better. So we went from doing $29 profit per sale to $40 profit per sale, which is not bad considering that the unit, every unit is going to be $40 profit as compared to 21. It's a little bit better. Then let's go through and look at, we'll just highlight the screen for you so that you can see that this one is a good option. Let's then look at the advantages, disadvantages. Now, the bad thing about shipping directly from a 3PL is that there is going to be a slightly slower shipping times based in the US. Okay. So if you're shipping US to US, it's going to be faster. But if you're shipping China to the US, it's going to be slower. The next disadvantage is that it is going to be less profitable for more expensive items. And we're going to be running through this example shortly, and you're going to see that. The advantages is that you can sell internationally. So you can become an international brand selling to Denmark and France and all throughout Europe and all throughout different countries. You can find pockets of, untapped audiences, which we've done here at the Business Builders quite a lot. So there's that advantage. The next advantage is 7-day shipping. Now, 7-day shipping, that's not too bad, considering it's coming from China direct. The next big advantage, and for me, this is probably more applicable to brands that don't have a ton of cash sitting in their bank account, is you only need to keep a low amount of stock. So you would only need to order a small amount of units per time to your 3PL, because your 3PL is going to be down the road to your supplier. So it's going to be a couple of days max instead of 50 days to get from your warehouse in China to your 3PL in China. The next big advantage is fast brand deployment. So you can get stock to your 3PL and get launched within under 5 days. That's extremely quick, as opposed to 50 days via sea from China to the US. So that's a big advantage. Another one that I forgot to mention is tariffs and political issues that's happening between China and the US. That won't be applicable because you're going to become an international brand. So if, for example, this tariff thing starts taking off and all the products start becoming a lot more expensive from China to the US, the benefit is that you're already selling in Greece, in Denmark, in Switzerland, whereas a lot of your competitors will be ignoring that untapped market, which means that your costs of acquiring customer will be lower. All of the benefits are all there. Okay. So that's a lower priced item. When it comes to a more heavier item, the numbers are completely different. So let's say we're selling a more, heavier item. We're selling it for $139. Cost of acquiring a customer is $90, right? So you can see the dimensions 62, 46, and 9, and it's 4 kilos now. Okay. Now let's start with the AliExpress option. The AliExpress 139, we sold it at $90 to acquire a customer and $44 for our cost of goods. Okay. So on AliExpress, our profit is going to be $5. Now it's still profitable, but it's not it's not a it's sitting by a thread. The second your cost of advertising goes up, there's a slight issue, some returns, it'll blow your profitability out of the water. It makes it unfeasible. Now let's go to the US option. So the US option, we're getting the item for $17. Okay. So you can see 139 was our sale price. $90 is our cost of acquiring a customer, right? And then we have $17, which is going to be our cost of goods, and then $8.19 is going to be our shipping. Now, just remember, $17 is our landed cost, which means that it costs the cost of goods plus the shipping via sea. That's going to equal to our profit. So you can see here, we're going to be $23 profit. So this is the interesting thing, though, about shipping directly from China. Now, let's look at the example of the China. All right. So the advantages, disadvantages remain the same, but now let's look at this. All right. So same thing. Okay. We sell the product for $139. It cost us $13, not $17. So it's a little bit cheaper, right? Because we're not shipping it via sea. $13, but then our shipping is what blows things off, right? Shipping from US to US is $8.19 US to US, but shipping from China to the US is a lot more expensive, $25.38. We've got cost of acquiring a customer, and there you have it, $10 profit. Okay, so you can see here 16% profit margin here, which is very good, and then 7% profit margin here, which is less advantageous, when it comes to making a profitable brand. Now, if it's very clear when I'm running these numbers, and these are the numbers that I've gotten from suppliers, so these are 100% accurate. The advantages are, if you're shipping very light items, it is definitely more profitable from a financial point of view to be able to ship directly from the US, directly from China to the US, sorry, But if you're stocking more heavier items, more bulky items, it might be worthwhile reviewing whether the US, China to the US, then the US to the customer might be more profitable. And there you have it. You've got the comparison between AliExpress sending your product from Alibaba to a US based 3PL. And then you've also got the comparison between going directly to a 3PL based in China. And there you have it. The advantages are very clear. If you've got a cheaper item, a lower, more lighter item, then it will be more profitable to stock it in the 3PL in China. Or if you really want to go international, definitely will be better to stock in China. Now, if you had a more expensive or a more heavier item, I should say, then it'd be more profitable to ship directly to the US and then from the US to all your customers based in the US. Now, if you are international brand, then this would rule out this option. And then lastly, you got the AliExpress option, which might be good for when you're first getting started and getting your feet wet, but it's not a sustainable and profitable business overall. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. And now, if you are looking to start your own e-commerce brand, then we build and sell profitable e-commerce brands that are guaranteed to hit 10K in revenue, or we actually give you your money back and coach you free until you hit those numbers. Now, we're so confident behind it. We put our guarantees. So if you're interested, click the link below. But if not, I'll see you in the next video.